You are now listening to episode 39 of the Let's Go Comic Show. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, man. I'm doing well. Post-Christmas.
Post-Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. We're heading into the new year. We have a couple days left on the calendar of 2017. So it's kind of sad. I told my kids today, hey, I got really bad news. And they're like, what, Dad? Don't tell your kids that before bed, FYI.
That one.
I know. I was all today.
Hey, guys, it's Christmas time. Forget about the Constitution.
Give the Constitution a rest. It's Christmas. I told them that. No, I said, today is the last December 27th of 2017. And they're like, what does that mean? They did not understand.
That wasn't that good.
They're like, Dad, like, why would you say it? And Asher's like, it means there's never going to be a December 20th? And I had to explain years and all that other stuff. Anyways, this is not a good dad move. FYI. Don't tell your kids anything, especially before bed. They're like, what?
Oh.
I don't know. I was just being funny. We're like snuggling. Anyways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty laid back. Just hanging around the house a lot, which
Nice.
I'm all for. Movies and video games and
I was
food.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? It was fun is this year was, you know, your wife and myself, not your wife, but like my wife.
I'm like, okay.
She gave me some gifts. No, like you exchange gifts with your spouse, and it's cool. It's like, oh, a shirt and this and this and this, you know. They're like, oh, that was on my list. I'm surprised I got that. My kids, though, dude, like it was action figure Lego like explosion, and I was actually really pumped. I was like, yeah, we got this. Like it was just kind of fun playing with them last couple of days, like building some Lego.
Nice.
Like just playing like action figures and.
It's kind of similar to our kids. Like it was like board games.
Really?
Yeah, we got just a ton of different like board games. I was like, cool, this is actually pretty fun.
Nice. I'm looking at a few right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Friday night we're actually doing Christmas with my mom and like my sisters. So like, there's more excitement coming because I know some of the things they got. I'm like, oh yeah. So just fun, dude. Like, I love Christmas time.
Yeah. How do you feel about New Year's time?
I'm good. New Year's, you know, sometimes New Year's is always stressful because for me, because I always want to go hang out and go to a party and all that type of stuff. And I just don't want to throw one. I want to go to one. And it's hard with kids sometimes to go. And like every year it always ends up being like, oh man, like we didn't go to a party, or we tried to throw one. It was last minute. And then you start talking to people like, oh, I would have invited you. I thought you were doing something. And you're like, mother, you know, you're like, I would have went. So like this year we already kind of have like a plan. And
cool. So
yeah, I mean, New Year's is fun. It's Christmas is the one. It's always kind of sad that the 26th is like, oh, Christmas is over. Speaking of which, coming over here to like Matt Ritchie's like glorious Christmas setup out front, nothing's there. It was like the Christmas that never was. He had this really cool Star Wars setup. I was looking forward to seeing the ad at. Not there. Like Christmas decorations last till the 31st. You still celebrate everything to the 31st. That is the rule. Lights on the house till 31st. Anyways, you still have a tree? Where's your tree?
It's called Boxing Day.
Why is your tree still here? No,
it's called Boxing Day, sir.
That's freaking in Europe. That's in freaking England, dude. You still have a
It's
tree.
still a thing, dude. Boxing
you still
Day,
have a tree
put everything
up?
back in boxes the day after Christmas.
I'm like, you have a lot of Christmas decorations in his house.
That's because I have a lot of kids in this house, and it takes time to get all this stuff.
Boxing Day has nothing to do with Christmas decorations. It has everything to do with something else.
Yes, that's literally what it's about.
Boxing of everything?
Yes. That's why it's called Boxing Day. You think it was like people punching each other?
It should be.
It's crazy.
Anyways. Oh, is it a Canadian thing, or I thought it was an English thing?
Probably both.
It's
in a number of countries that previously formed part of the British Empire.
There you go. So it's when Canadians and
Commonwealth nations.
English box. So anyways, but what I do love, Matt, I love Podcast Day. Wednesdays. Yay. Day. We missed last week because...
I missed it, man.
Sorry, man. I was just not good. Last week was just a bad week in general for podcasting. I was sick.
I was
Kids
going to say,
were
your
sick.
whole family got sick, dude.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was contagion, like, big time. So,
but here we are.
Here we are today.
Outbreak averted.
Outbreak averted. We're here. We're ready to go. But it's kind of our last show of 2017, you know?
Not kind of.
It actually is.
It absolutely is.
Let me tell my kids, hey, guess what? Today's the last show. I'm telling them, Dad, why? But
Justin, I have something sad to tell you.
What is it? This is our last show.
It's our last show of 2017.
Dot. Of 2017.
Awkward pause in there.
So we decided, hey, we're going to kind of do a best of 2017 and kind of rate some of the things that we thought were great this year and kind of share with you. And, some of it's going to be like very redundant. And we were talking like, man, we need to expand more or just maybe we were just so dialed in on certain things this year.
Yeah.
So we're going to make some resolutions at the end for 2018.
Oh,
and
resolutions.
I just said that. And Matt's like, dang it, now I got to make resolutions. And so we'll see how we are. But it was fun, man. This was our first year of the Let's Go Comic Show. We started in February of 2017. Year. And so it's been fun, man. I love doing this. And I'm excited for our second year to start. So, anywho.
So some of these, like, we're probably not going to rate these like our normal rating. We'll just kind of talk about, some of these are going to be like awards show status where there's like a grouping of them that we'll talk about and kind of each choose our favorites.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and
then some of them it's just going to be like, this was just the best one.
If it's the best, obviously it's the Gotta Goes. These are the inaugural Gotta Goes of 2017.
There we go.
And you are listening to the Let's Go Comic Show where we talk about comics, comic book movies, and comic book TV shows and everything in the world of comics. You excited, Matt?
I'm so excited.
Are you ready to jump into this? Because
let's do this.
Me and Matt may fight. We may come. This may be the last.
Farewell to 2017.
This may be the last episode. Me and Matt may come to blows.
2017.
Of 2017.
Actually, I'm not recording with you again until next year.
Side note: have you listened to the Batman Returns commentary that we did?
I did. I listened to it in the car, which is kind of a fun experience.
It is like I already know the movie, and so it was fun. But I was just like. Matt made me laugh so much on that show.
Oh, thanks, man.
I was like, we should have been less commentating on the movie and just randomly,
just I don't know. Random funny,
stupid corn dog
stuff.
is now my. I love stupid corn dog. Every time I think about at the end, you're like, it was just funny. You should have put a corn dog in his mouth. This is funny. All right. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. Which
totally, like, before we jump into that,
corn dogs.
What was it, Batman 37 last
Batman
week?
37.
When they went to the carnival? What were they
right?
eating?
Freaking corn dogs.
It's probably Catwoman's choice.
Right? I know. When I was reading that, I was
we're
like...
We're going to get some stupid corn dogs.
Oh, man. I wonder if that was...
We haven't seen each other for a couple weeks, so I got to catch up.
I wonder if that was intentional.
Oh, man.
Tom King was like...
We need to... like a side-by-side like screenshot thing and tag Tom King and see.
Like, dude, come on.
Because he's already kind of one of the greatest of 2017. Yeah. Spoiler. But man, that would like rocket him like right to the top.
You know what? He should have done, missed opportunity, Tom King. They need to do it like The Date Part 2 or something like that. But if like she wants a corn dog so bad, Batman's like, stupid corn dog. Or she says, it'd be funnier if like she spilled it or something, dropped it on her suit. She's like, stupid corn dog.
All of a sudden her hair was like curly and blonde.
Missed opportunity is all I'm saying.
So we're going to jump in.
So we're going to jump right in to the best issue of 2017. Now we have two different categories below this category, subcategories as it is. Mm-hmm. We have Serialized, which is a comic book that's an ongoing series.
Yeah, so that's like cherry picking an issue out of a book that's consistent. Like as the train's going by, we're like, ooh, I like that one.
Or the other one would be a one shot or annual. So
standalone book.
Sometimes they're not standalone. They're just like, we're going to continue the story in the annual or whatever. But overall, one shot or annual is where you'd find one of these stories. So we have three that we kind of put in, and again, these are based on how we felt this year.
Right. Stuff that stuck out to us.
No excuses. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, in no particular order, we have Batman 36, the aforementioned Super Friends Part 1. This is the one before the date. This is where Batman... This just came out like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago almost. Batman and Superman, both going, I don't want to call him. I don't want to call him. It was actually a really fun character issue. We have Batman, number 23, The Brave and the Bold. That was the Swamp Thing issue, which was just such a...
Mitch Gerards.
Yeah, such a great issue, man. And then Daredevil 25, which I like that because I was thinking about dropping Daredevil not because it was a bad book. I was just like, budgets. I'm like, I'm getting Defenders. And then I saw that cover and I read it and I was like, I absolutely love this comic. And it kind of put it like, okay, keep it back in my pocket, put it back in my stack. And for me, it was kind of I'm just going to make room for this book in my budget somehow because I loved it and I love the character Daredevil. So it was one of those things that just kept me purchasing that book. I don't know. And it's just, it was just Daredevil 25. It's kind of a back to basics for that book, but I liked it. And so here's the thing. I know we're missing probably hundreds of comics, but
oh, sure.
And I think there was a couple Superman issues I may have put in there, but these three comics to me stick out in my head for 2017. Like, man, they meant something. And what do you think, man? What do you want? Do you want to debate, or do you just want to like 1, 2, 3?
Sure.
Pick?
I mean, I can say what mine is, and you can say if you agree or not. Batman 36 for me.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much like a perfect comic book.
Yeah.
No,
I
just
totally
the
agree.
way it's laid out, the way it uses the medium, the way the dialogue is written. Because for me, it's always, whenever you go into a book, I always talk about there's the concept, there's the actual execution, like the dialogue and stuff like that. There's the art. You know what I mean? Like you have like, those are the three kind of, because you can have a really great concept, but then the execution and the dialogue and stuff like that isn't good. And this was like, all three of those were so great. And it was the cherry on top of like showing me again, like what Superman and Batman's friendship could be, especially so close to like Justice League and that kind of stuff, to where it's not that Batman needs to kind of stutter and stuff like that and fall over himself in front of Superman, but there is this aspect where it's a believable friendship, and just the way it all worked out, it's like, man, I just loved that book.
Yeah, it was great because like Superman's like, how come Batman didn't tell me? He kind of felt bad. Like, why didn't he tell me he's getting engaged? It was like this, you didn't tell your best buddy you're getting engaged. And so it kind of creates this like distrust, and they're like, well, he's not my friend. And then the whole Batman, like, oh, he's, we're not buddies. We're not pals. And then in the end, they are pals.
They both are pals, and they're both saying the same thing about each other, that like, nah, he's actually better than me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and recognizing that, it's just, man, Tom King just gets it.
Yeah, and Clay Mann, dude, he just killed it on this issue.
Both of those. The date was actually really, really good as well.
It's just the art, man. Is the way the panel layouts were, like every one of them was.
The guys switched costumes in that issue, the 37.
Okay, that's 36, but we're talking about 36, man.
I'm just saying they kind of go together a little bit, but 36 for me was like a perfect comic book.
Yeah, it really was, and I agree. I'm going to say 36 is the issue of the year, man.
Oh yeah, best issue.
Best issue of the year.
So then we have our other sub category, not sab category.
Sabs.
So we have
one shot or annual.
One shot or annual, and that would be again, we're a little Batman heavy. Sorry guys, we read a lot of Batman. It's Justin's fault.
It is my fault.
So we have, again, in no particular order, the Batman Who Laughs metal tie-in one shot.
Yay.
Batman Annual number 2.
Yes.
Which is also a recent one, last month.
Yeah.
And then Batman 66 meets the Legion of Superheroes. And that one is Allred book. So the team of Lee and Mike Allred and Laura Allred.
That was a fun comic. I remember you bought that.
I did, and I was just like, because we've been reading Bug and just loving like Mike Allred, all the Allreds work on that, and so I was like, let's check it out. It looks fun, and man, that thing just kind of blew me away with how fun it was and how enjoyable that was.
It was. It was great. Batman Annual 2 was the one I missed. They didn't have a physical copy, so I had to buy it digital. I heard there was like shipping issues, and I heard there was a whole bunch of stuff. So it's one of those deals that's floating around. Like, I feel like if I see a physical copy, I'll probably buy it just because. But man, that was
a good one.
Such a great comic book, and it did the Batman Selina Kyle relationship really good. I mean, it was one of those things that it was almost like I want my wife to read it and like, babe, read this comic. So good.
It's really good, man. Yeah. It's really
has all the feels, dude. It has the feelies all over it. It's a feely of a comic book.
Feely.
The feelies, dude. And it wasn't like, it really was so character. It wasn't very like Batman and Catwoman in costume doing stuff together, you know? There's very little of it.
Yeah,
you know?
It was all their relational interactions.
Yeah.
And that sounds like a euphemism for something else, but
yeah.
it's not.
No, not at all. Stupid corn dog. So, yeah, man, as soon as I read it, I was like, everyone's like pumping this up. And then I read it, I was like, they're right. Everyone's right. None of you are wrong. And so, again, Tom King writing that deal. Yeah. I don't know how he does it. Everything he writes is freaking the best, you know?
Yeah.
Even his little spot, I know we just talked about the holiday special. I didn't finish it, but his like Sergeant Rock little thing he did with, was it Frank Villa on the art?
Yes.
So good, man. So everything he's been touching has been just really good. So Batman Annual number 2, definitely great. And then, so the other one was The Batman Who Laughs.
That's definitely one of the most messed up
yeah.
comic books I've ever read.
Yeah.
But definitely one of the most messed up comic books this year. And that's a year with stuff like Destroyer and Killer Be Killed.
Yeah.
In it. So,
yeah.
What makes you want to put that on the one shot?
I just think that it was something like, I remember on the episode I said, I was like, I'm glad I read it, but I don't want to read it again. And I hate it. But in a way of like, that was the whole point. I was like, oh man, it made you just feel, it made me feel something. And so when I say best issue, maybe I mean like something that stood out. Like,
yeah.
But it did make me like, man, I feel like if you're reading Metal, you should definitely read that. If you're like, oh, I don't care about these like little side offs, that one is just the one that made me upset.
Well, Batman the Merciless was actually really good too.
Yeah.
That was Francis Manapul and Pete Tomasi writing it.
That was the Wonder Woman run. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was good. I just feel like this one gave me more emotion. Like
this definitely stood out. It was very visceral.
Yeah,
for sure. It demands a reaction for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so
let's vote.
Top of those 3,
Batman Annual 2, man. Like,
oh yeah, I'm gonna go Batman 66.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you like. I'll give it to you. Like Batman Annual number 2 is definitely the more touching one for sure. But again, Batman 66, I was thinking like it just sticks out to me as like just this iconic comic book. Kind of, like it feels like a comic booky comic book in a good way. I don't really have a good way of describing it than that.
No, it was super fun and super goofy, and I loved it. I'm gonna put a little like editor's note. That's gonna get funnest comic of the year from me.
Fair enough.
Not even a category. Maybe next year we'll have a category. But that was definitely fun. It was one of those deals. I wasn't thinking about it, and so I'm glad to see it on my desk one day. I was like, oh yeah, I'll read that, and I was like, this is so good.
I was really caught off guard by how much I liked it, and I think that leads us to our next category.
Yeah, surprise it.
While you're trying to try out different books and kind of expand like what you're reading, you kind of get these. You get the duds, right? They're like, oh man, why did I do that? And then, but then you have those surprise hits. It's like, whoa, out of nowhere. I like this one hit me. So what do we got in this category, Justin?
Okay, so we got, and this wasn't necessarily like the first one here. It wasn't like it was a surprise hit in the sense of like I wasn't going to buy it. I was looking forward to it. So this is X-Men Grand Design. Just came out like last week by Ed Piskor, and I've been looking forward to it just because I love the stuff he was doing. He did the hip hop stuff, and I'm trying to remember like what the heck publisher it was right now. I think it was Kitchen Sink, but I could be wrong. Anyways, I was reading the history of hip hop stuff that he was doing, and
Hip Hop Family Tree.
Hip Hop, that's right. Fantagraphics, that's right. Hip Hop Family Tree. So I had it wrong, but it's in that same style too. Very like compressed, but what he's doing, he's going through the whole X-Men like history, and he's doing it I think over 6 books, and it's the same storytelling kind of like feel, and he's just hitting big beats, the high beats, and it's great, man. And he's got a really weird funky like style, but I like it, and it's super weird. That's what I loved about the Hip Hop Family Tree stuff. Like it
feels like a very like Ditko like kind of era.
It's very weird. And it fits the X-Men really well, and his voice is really good. I mean, it feels like it's in. You know, a writer has a voice. His voice is is great. Here's where I put it in surprise. I was just going to get it because I like his art and I wanted to surprise. I don't particularly love the X-Men. Like, I don't have this love for that team. Like, again, the last time I bought an X-Men book was All New X-Men. It was a Bendis one. I was like, I like that. Yeah. It was more of the team. David Marquez again, Michael Bendis, like, good team. It started off with, what's the other guy? But anyways, Marquez was doing it in Stuart Immonen and Bendis. But I just wanted to check it out. And then, like, I got it and I was like, dude, it was $6, by the way. So, you're like, I mean, that was a purchase, right? It was an investment. And I'm like, I freaking love this comic book.
That's awesome.
I may even love the X-Men more after it's done, Yeah.
Do you feel like it'll make things less confusing for the X-Men?
Hopefully. I mean, maybe they use this as kind of their, like, hey, this is the X-Men's history. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they need something.
Yeah. Anyways, it was really good, and everyone should check that comic book out.
Cool.
So next we got Aquaman.
So I put that one on there.
Yeah.
And that's because I haven't picked up an Aquaman book in a long time.
Yeah.
But there was something once...
Me neither.
I know, right?
I still haven't read them.
Hey. But once this, the new... I think it was a new artist, because I think Abnett has been writing it the whole time for Rebirth. But there was something about that. I saw the new storyline and was like, oh, like this kind of looks cool. Like, I'll check it out. And man, it's just been crushing it. I mean, if you listen to any other episodes where we talked about it, just singing its praises all the time. The art is incredible. This last issue that came out last week was a different artist, which is a little bit of a bummer. But the voice is there, like from Dan Abnett, and the action and everything. Like, it feels like almost like pulpy a little bit in a way, where it just feels like this cool action adventure thing where you're like, end on a cliffhanger every time, and it's like, tune in next time. I'm like, oh crap, I have to wait a month. So yeah, that surprised me, because I remember getting that first one and you're like, I'm just going to get it, because I think it was on like a slow week where I was like, I'm just going to pick up a book.
Yeah.
But now, like, I look forward to that every month.
Cool.
And then so another one I would say, DC Holiday Special. Usually holiday specials I think are actually kind of lame.
Yeah.
I kind of loved this one.
Yeah, I only got like halfway through it.
Okay. But, so which ones did you hit up in that then? So you got that initial story where Superman or Clark Kent's in the diner.
Mm-hmm. I think that was that one was kind of confusing, but it's kind of because the whole thing is bookends,
Yeah, so that's bookends. That's not its own story. You have a Batman story, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and that's Denny O'Neil writing that.
Yeah,
Steve Epting. That one was kind of creepy, ghost kind of stuff going on. But it just felt like old school, just kind of cool vibe to it. And then you have a Green Arrow one. You Better Think Twice. Phil Hester on pencils for that one.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like Black Canary, and it was just cool to see the kids excited. They're excited about Black Canary and Green Arrow.
Yeah, and the art style is kind of fun. Like, it kind of harkens back a little bit to almost like a Bruce Timm animated series.
Well, that was the dude that was doing it with Kevin Smith. That was, I can't think of his name right now, but the guy who Phil Hester, yeah. He was illustrating the Kevin Smith run.
Okay, well, there you go. And then you have Tom King and, Francesco Francavilla.
Oh, man.
Doing a Sergeant Rock story, which is actually a Hanukkah story. Mm-hmm. Incredible as always. Francavilla is just a killer artist. You have a Flash story. Joshua Williamson writing that.
Okay, and then there is a Deathstroke story. I think for some reason I don't really remember the Flash one. But I just stopped.
It wasn't that good.
Okay,
sorry, man.
So
I wish it was better than what it was. Deathstroke, Wilson Family Christmas. That one was one of the only like low points in the issue for me, but it just looks good.
Like Teen Titans stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well,
so I flipped through the rest of it. I just didn't get to the end. So
yeah, it was another bookend with Constantine and Superman.
Okay, it's
good stuff. So I mean, again, just as far as surprise hits, I'm like, whoa! Like, I liked that way more than I thought I was going to. But yeah, I dug it.
Cool.
Otto Schmidt doing the art on that Teen Titans story was really, really great. He's done some good Green Arrow, stuff this year. And then just randomly, I finally got to reading Tom King's The Vision, and Dang, dude. Wouldn't have thought like freaking Vision story would have been something that stuck out to me. So, yeah. Surprise hit.
Well,
the only one you put on there, so I'm guessing is probably the one you would pick.
Yeah, I'm going to put X-Men Grand Design.
Yeah. I'm going to do Aquaman.
Cool.
It's all good.
All right. Well, we have a tie. That's all right. All right. So moving on. Best new series. Man, that's a hard one because I feel like
it is. There are a lot of new series, but we're trying to look for the ones that kind of rose to the top for us.
Yeah. Woo-wee. So I'm not a huge like Marvel guy. I mean, I like everything equally, but I've said before, like DC is where I lay my head, you know?
Yeah.
But I have tried to be more open to some books. And I was trying to go for stuff that I wasn't trying to go for Spider-Man or Captain America or the things like I'm already getting Daredevil. Daredevil's my guy, right?
Right.
But so I tried Defenders out, and this book has been fantastic. Again, it's a team. Bendis, I usually will read a Bendis book. And I'm loving it, and I'm sad he's leaving to go to DC, and so I'm hoping like someone of note comes on this book. That's good. I mean,
yeah,
I'm down to give anyone a shot, but this Defenders book has been fun. I've loved the story. I love how the characters interact. Like, it gives me a little more love for like the character of Luke Cage and, you know, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and stuff like that. So, and Daredevil, obviously, and he's got a good voice for them all, and I love that book. So yeah. And then the other one I put on there was Punisher. It's only 2 issues deep, but I'm loving it, man. Like, I'm not a Punisher guy, but I'm like, it's a weird concept. The War Machine thing, I bought it, and I'm like, I really like this. I like where it's going.
Nice, okay.
And it's nice that it kind of dovetailed with the Netflix show, which was really good, which we haven't really talked about on here. But
we'll talk about it in a little bit.
The other one was Black Hammer, which I liked it first. Not that I don't like it anymore. I think I just kind of fell off on it.
Yeah. Well, I've been picking up Black Hammer related.
Yeah.
Sherlock, Frankenstein.
Yeah, which I love that name.
Dude, it's such a cool book.
I wish that was my name. What's up, Sherlock?
Sherlock Frankenstein.
Side note, I met someone this weekend. Their name, and I was going to put it out in the Twitter sphere and the internets, was Whisper Destiny.
Whoa. Where did you meet this individual?
I met this person at church.
Okay.
And I was like, wait, why do you sound like a fairy protector of a forgotten world?
Isn't that what I thought it sounded like?
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, just thinking of crazy names.
It's okay. And then the other one I threw in there for Best New Series was Super Sons.
Yeah, that was a fun series. I mean, I jumped off of it after a few issues, not because it was bad. It was just more of a
financial call.
Financial thing, and I liked it. I was having fun with it, but did I like it more than Defenders? No. My little boy was reading, my 8-year-old was reading it, and then he kind of stopped. Once he stopped reading it, I was like, okay, you were like the reason I was getting it. And he was like, well, Dad, he just loves Teen Titans Go. He loves that.
Yeah,
so that's his jam. So,
all right. So, best new series. Are we both going to agree? Defenders is probably rises to the top on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say Defenders, man. That's just a great book. I'm hoping after Bendis' run's done, I think it's 9 or 10, that someone else jumps on, because Marvel needs a book. I don't want them to cancel it like everything else they canceled.
Right.
So, all right. Moving on to Best Limited. We have this broken into 2 categories. Best Mini, which would be about 1 to 6 issues, and then Best Maxi, 8 to 12 and beyond. So
there you go.
So, all right. So for Best Miniseries, we have Bug by the Allred family. We have Destroyer. We have AD, After Death. And then The Spirit, The Corpse Makers. So, what are you thinking, bud?
Well, I mean, I feel like I made this whole list for this one. So I think Bug, again, issue 6 came out a week ago, the week we didn't record.
Was it last week it came out? I think it came out
2 weeks ago
yeah.
when we did the commentary.
Yeah.
Just such a good book overall.
It's fun.
Really, really great. 6 issues with the Allred family. So good.
Yeah.
Destroyer, kind of modern, not retelling, but just a continuation of
Frankenstein.
Taking on the legend and the story of Frankenstein and applying that in really interesting ways, I thought. Covers were really incredible. Art in general was really great.
Yeah.
AD After Death was a team up with Scott Snyder and Jeff Lemire.
Lemire.
Only 3 issues, but they were big, like magazine size issues. Really interesting storytelling. Some of it was prose, some of it was comics, some of it. So you'd get entire pages where it was almost like a novel, but with like illustrations here and there, and then you have 9-panel grids and stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool story though overall. And The Spirit, which I mean, this has just been the weirdest release schedule because I feel like maybe they're just taking their time with it. That is Boom Studios, I want to say, putting out Francesco Francavilla writing and drawing, which is always a treat.
Yeah, so good. So then we have we want to vote. Let's vote for that, and we'll move into Maxi. So,
what are you thinking?
My Heart is Bug. That was just fun. It's fun comics, man. I think I want to buy it as a trade. I think I feel like
that'd be really good to just read it through all the way.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do, but I really wanted to finish issue 6.
Yeah.
And so I just started it instead of going back to the beginning. But yeah, I think Bug probably rises to the top for me as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, so
there we go.
After that, we have Best Maxi Series, which is
8 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 to 12. Some of these series are still going on. And so, I mean, they could completely trash at the end. Who knows?
It's true, but they're strong enough so far that we want to consider them in this for the year.
Yeah. So, which is really hard for one of them because one of them was only 2 issues deep, and so
that's
right.
3.
White Knight, is that 3 or
3
4?
And then 4 comes out in the next week or 2.
Fair enough.
So you have Mr. Miracle,
yes.
Tom King, Mr. Ads, Commandy Challenge, rotating roster
Creative
of people.
Team,
Green Valley, which is Max Landis and Giuseppe. I wish I could remember your last name, Giuseppe.
He should just go as Giuseppe. Like Madonna.
Kamenkoli.
Here you go.
His last name. And then we have Batman White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy. Ooh, man. Okay. Lots to talk through here. So you're doing Commandy Challenge. I haven't read any of them. Tell me about that.
Commandy Challenge has been really fun. It's in that vein of, this is the 100th year of Kirby. Like this would have been his 100th birthday, and so DC did a lot of different Kirby-esque like things this year, like Mr. Miracle, some of the Kirby one-shots, Commandy Challenge, and so they Bug. So there's been a lot of things celebrating the weirdness of Kirby, and Commandy's just one of those stories that it's not connected to New Gods. It's just this last boy on Earth, and he goes through these animal planets, and they all end on these cliffhangers. And some issues have been not as good as others. I was starting to lose interest around issue 6. I love the idea and the concept, and again, certain creative teams made me more excited. Like, oh, that's gonna be cool. And then some of it was like, that was kind of a lame like continuation of the story to the next issue, but. Overall, I think it was fun. I want to read it as one thing, Issue 12 came out today, which I didn't get because I didn't make it to the shop today. So
so close, dude.
So close.
You got to finish out 2017 strong, dude.
I know. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. I'll get it before the end of 2017. And what started out, like, I think the first 4 issues was really fun, and then kind of like, But it does count as a maxi series, but in the company it's in, it's just for me, it's not the bottom of this list, but I'd say check it out if you're into some fun adventure. Like, man, they should make this a movie. Like, Commandy should be a movie. I think it'd be a fun standalone. So cool. Get it like a little kid. Don't get it like a teenager. Get someone who's like 13. Well, it's still a teenager, but like a young kid.
Yeah.
Have Commandy go on an adventure and talk to dog people and crazy guns, and it'd just be fun. So I'll talk a lot about it.
Yeah.
All right. So Green Valley,
which
we read because Delon was all about that.
Delon,
yeah.
And I actually loved it. That was actually could be considered a surprise hit for me. That was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't love it. It was okay.
That's fine. I mean, deals with, knights,
where'd that guy get the iPad?
And kingdoms and stuff like that.
Where'd he get his iPad? Like, how was he seeing stuff on his iPad?
He's from the future.
I know, but I needed to see something.
So it has to do with time travel. Spoilers, everybody, if you want to do it. But you should check it out because I think it's a story worth reading. Really interesting. And like I said before, Kaminkoli's art on that is so good.
The art's really good.
So good.
That story, though.
Story was good too.
What's the story, Morning Glory?
Max Landis, sometimes hit or miss, I think, especially on dialogue.
Max didn't land this, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm just going to agree to disagree on that guy.
All right, so next we have Batman White Knight, which has been fantastic.
So good.
I will say issue 3 was a little... It was good, but it wasn't like, oh, yeah. Like 1 and 2.
You would say it's like the same level as the first 2.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But
yeah,
I'm saving the best for last here, Matt Ritchie. And we're only 5 issues in, but Mr. Miracle has been every issue has been like, man, this is good. What the heck's happening next? And it's weird in a way that it's not alienating. I think you're like, what the heck is happening? And we're probably going to vote.
It's like enticing.
Yeah, like we probably shouldn't even have it on the list. We probably should wait for it to play out, but I don't care. Like, this is our show. We do what we want.
It's one of the best out right now on stands, dude.
Yeah.
It falls into 2017 still.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I love it. And I'm going to say it's the best of the year. It's the best.
Agreed, sir.
Live up to that, fools. So there you go.
Please don't mess it up. The back half of this series.
It's kind of cool that the 2 Kirby books are winning out. Kirby again has done amazing things, and his characters are living on beat.
I think there's a really good spot right now for weirder comics and characters.
Yeah.
Like, I think for a while probably couldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, you need to play it safe, but I'm like, dude, it just seems like there's the weirder, kind of more out there stuff. Like, some of that's really hitting well when it's done well.
Yeah.
All right, so our next categories would be best solo comic books.
Best
solo, not Han Solo, but solo character, and then best team book. I don't think we need to spend a ton of time on this, but I think we can probably...
Only need to spend about 40 minutes on each character.
Hey!
All right. Best solo book. Aquaman. But Matt loves it.
Dude, I love it.
I haven't read it.
I know. It's hard because
I have a lot of
both of us, but...
That's all right.
I want it on the list because it's really, really good.
Okay. Iron Fist.
Also really good.
Matt is a huge appreciator of Iron Fist in the Netflix show.
No, that's not true. Like old Kung Fu movies, it feels like that in comic book form.
Yeah. No surprise here. Batman by Tom King and his rotating amazing array of Boy Wonder artists. He should just call them the Boy Wonders. Like, hey, oh my God. Every artist has been great. I don't think there's been an issue where like, oh, the art sucks. Like, it's just been strong.
It's true.
And then its counterpart, Superman, by basically by Peter Tomasi and Doug Monkey and Patrick Gleason. Like, that's been the core team of the few fill-in people. So my vote's Batman, dude. That book's freaking great. So it's the year of the Bat.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, you're going to go with it?
I'll go with it.
You're not going to put Iron Man Fist up there?
Nah.
Yeah. So here's the truth. I've said it. Superman was one of my favorite books coming out. Consistently great and fun. And then just the last 8 issues have been kind of, they did that weird, like, super preachy, like, traveling across the land book. And then...
but I haven't read the Imperious Lex.
That's an okay story. It didn't live up. The artist was so inconsistent, and I just want to see Doug Monkey and Patrick Gleason work on this book. I don't want to see anybody else right now because the fill-in artists they had just didn't do it for me. It seemed kind of
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it can dip back up because I still think it's a good book. I'm still buying it. I'm still giving it attention. But you're losing me, girl. You gotta love me. You gotta love me. Like Batman's giving me more love. So Batman,
I'm getting that Batman love.
Yeah, that's right.
So best team book we have The Defenders.
Yes.
Trinity. Super Sons.
Hey.
Doom Patrol.
What?
Any other team books that we read this year that I forgot? We haven't read a ton of team books this year. I'm not going to lie.
There's a lot. I mean, you can almost...
there are a lot
like Black Hammer could almost be in there, but... yeah, I think this is it for team books.
Would you consider Power Man and Iron Fist a team book?
Yeah, I think they should actually be on this list.
Okay, then I'll put them on there, and they would be my vote for the best of the year.
Yeah, now you say that, I'm almost like, man, I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
Yeah, here's the thing. Doom Patrol's bored me.
Search your heart.
Search your heart, Matt
You know
Ritchie.
it to be true.
Dude, Power Man and Iron Fist is one of the... It needs to move down to another section of this list that we have, but it was really fun reading that comic. I remember not powering through in a bad way, like reading every issue you gave me one day. I think it was good. Yeah, it was just such a fun book, and it's sad that it went away, because I think Power Man and Iron Fist work best as a team, like as a comic. Like,
agreed.
They need each other, because it can get kind of... Power Man can get boring by himself. Same thing with Iron Fist to me. Like, I need to see them with others. That's just my opinion. It could be controversial to others.
I'm with you, man.
But yeah. So yeah, I think I'll agree. Let's kind of break down some of that, though. Defenders is a really good book.
Oh, it's really well done.
I was going to pick it as my number one, but when you brought up Power Man and Iron Fist, even though it's a canceled book, please check it out, you guys, because it was great.
And I think that's a carryover from 2016 when it first started as well.
Yeah.
And I would say, just a disclaimer on putting Trinity on the list, it would be like the first, what was it, like 7-8 issues or whatever it was that Francis Manapul was doing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he was off of it, and I wasn't interested in the book anymore. Just kind of dipped a little bit for me.
Yeah.
So his 2 arcs specifically, I thought were really great.
Super Sons, I think, was fun, but again, it's not good enough for me to continue. So
yeah.
And then Doom Patrol, I was really excited, and it's kind of like with its publishing schedule all off.
The publishing schedule has killed it for me.
It's kind of, it has to be consistent, or else,
especially with the book that out there.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have to reset every single time, because it's been so long since I read the last one.
Now, side note, you know how the whole line of the what's the imprint called again? Young Animal. They're resetting everything. But I didn't hear they're resetting Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, but everything else is going to reset after their crossover. So, anyways, yeah, Power Man Iron Fist, good call, dude. I completely support that last minute addition to our list. Boom. I'm going to check with my advisors, and they say yes too. My advisors.
Well, I'm glad
they're just like the old 1970s Krypton Council. They have right now. Matt Ritchie was waiting in the middle with those silver hula hoops spinning around him. I was like, yes.
There you go.
Power Man and Iron Fist, we approve. All right.
Approved.
All right. Best writer. Somebody guess what I'm thinking right now.
I know, right?
Someone's like, oh, let me guess. So Tom King for Batman and Mr. Miracle. We have Peter Tomasi. And, we almost have to put Pat Gleason up on there with them.
It's co-writers.
Yeah, because they're co-writing Superman,
Yeah.
For Superman Super Sons, we got Scott Snyder for Metal. And I guess we can throw All-Star Batman in there as well.
Indeed.
And Brian Michael Bendis, Spider-Man, and the Defenders. So where you at? Among others, but primarily.
I mean, it's tough, man. For me, it's definitely between Tom King and Bendis.
Yeah.
Because I've really gotten to, thanks to Dylan, I've gotten to read a lot of the Miles Morales Spider-Man book this last year, and it's just so great. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about Bendis in previous episodes, just about his contribution and stuff to Marvel while he's been there, and I think Miles Morales is a pretty monumental one.
Yeah.
And just not even because of what the character does, but it's just so enjoyable too.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite. If I'm reading Spider-Man, it's going to be Miles Morales.
Absolutely.
Peter Parker just doesn't do anything for me right now.
Indeed. Dude, did we not record after watching that trailer when it came out too?
We didn't, but we can.
I watch that thing almost every day. I just want you to know that.
It's really good.
It's amazing.
The animation's
the
great.
Comic book thing I've seen.
And the whole concept of it. I'm so intrigued.
Yeah.
I hope it's a Miles Morales focus, though.
Me too.
Feels like, oh, wait, what is that at the end? Is this a teaser? So stay Miles Morales, guys.
Stay Miles.
Double M.
But man, Tom King, it feels like the weight of what he's writing I feel like Bendis is writing really great character stuff.
Yeah.
Really good voice for everything. Mm-hmm. But there just seems the emotional weight, the stories that he's telling, the themes that he's using. Tom King, man, just I'm hard pressed to find someone that can touch his writing this past year.
I'm like, how does he do it? I hope like in 2018 we don't find out some really terrible thing about Tom King and his writing and like something weird. I really am surprised by his output. You know, now I will
volume
buy
and quality. Both.
I will buy everything. I'm excited for that Swamp Thing he's got coming out.
Yes,
like everything he puts out, I want to read.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I need to go back and get the other thing that he did with
Sheriff's
Babylon. Yeah, I need to get it because I like him and Mitch Gerard's. I don't care what it is. He can write a book about a thing of milk that's spoiled, and
it's probably good.
It's probably good.
Might make
the
you
milk's
cry.
bad. Might give you a stomachache, maybe some diarrhea. But
the book is good.
The book's gonna be great. So Peter Tomasi, I feel like Peter Tomasi is just one of those guys. Like he's good. He's on the team. He's writing consistently good stuff.
Yeah.
I've always liked his stuff. Like his Aquaman stuff he did was really good a long time ago. He did like Sub Diego and stuff like that. His Green Lantern Corps, I almost loved Green Lantern Corps more than Green Lantern, you know. And so it's good. He's been doing really good on Superman. I've already said that. And Super Sons, good stuff. He's got a good voice. But did anything stand out more than Tom King's? Almost. I mean, earlier in the year, I would have said yes.
Yeah, they were like neck and neck. But
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that there isn't great writing out there still, but the depth and breadth of Tom King's writing, like I haven't seen anyone come close to that this last year.
Yeah. And then Scott Snyder on Metal. I'm not loving Metal.
Oh.
I like Metal, but am I loving Metal? Am I going to put Metal above Batman Annual 2 and issue 36, 37?
No. It's
not
a completely different thing, though, too.
It's a completely different thing, but I'm talking about, did it move me? Like, I feel like when I'm reading Metal, I'm trying to get through it to understand it.
Interesting, okay.
And with these Batman issues, I'm like, oh, man, they're giving me feelings where I'm going to go like 5 years from now and go, dude, these were some freaking great comics. I love these comics. I don't know if I love Metal.
All right.
And I know they're different, but if we got to make a list.
No, but I think that's fair.
What feelings did it elicit from me? And
it sounds like we're on the same.
Cool. All right.
Same page when it comes to Best Writer 2017.
Tom King. What? Tom King, motherfucker.
What a shocker from all the things we've already talked about.
From all the things. This was, I don't know if this was the year of Batman or the year of Tom King.
It's true. And he just happened to be writing Batman.
Yes. And so there we go. I mean, that's going to be, we'll talk about that very soon. So, okay. Best Artist up. Who do we got?
Really good art this year, man.
Yeah. I of course, we can't list every single person, but we'll try. Matt's going to try. He's going to try to list everybody I've ever seen that was great. Every artist. So
we can go through these.
Yeah, we'll do Mike Allred for Silver Surfer and Bug. Mike Allred has just been a consistent in comics for the last whatever years.
Yeah. And he's one of those artists where when you're looking at, there's no debate. You're like, oh, that's Mike Allred.
Very classic look, kind of a throwback, very poppy, and celebratory of comics. It feels like comics.
And you almost need to pair him and Laura together.
Oh, yeah, the whole team.
Just because the coloring for that just. It's hand in hand for his art.
I've bought most of everything he's done, even his weird X-Force stuff he did. And
nice.
And the X-Statics when he did that. It just, again, his voice, he does a great job. I wanted to say that, oh gosh, what was that? I forgot what I was going to say. I wanted to say something when I was thinking about Mike Allred, and then I forgot what I was going to say about Mike Allred. Okay, he did the artwork for this Mac line of Wonder Woman stuff, I remember.
Really?
And it was this cool scene at the mall walking by, and my wife saw,
I didn't realize he did that.
He did the art for the Wonder Woman Mac line. Do you remember that I'm talking
crazy. I remember hearing about the line.
Yeah, it was great. He did. Anyways, that's what I was going to say. All right. Next, David Marquez on the Defenders. I love his art. I came into seeing his stuff. Again, I mentioned it earlier with the whole X-Men, all new X-Men. And then he did some other stuff. I think he did a miniseries. What was the miniseries? It was some Marvel miniseries, and I don't remember what it was. It was before the Secret Empire. Oh, Civil War 2. He was on that. Yeah, that's what he did. So I think that's what he was doing, some of those issues. Anyways, he's so good, man. He's just a good, consistent artist. I like his work a lot.
Agree. There's something about it. It's almost like reminds me of like Frank Quietly. Those guys.
Really? There's some stuff. I feel like he's changed a little bit how he does. What's the villain's name again in that book? He was in the Luke Cage show. Diamondback. I think Diamondback has changed. He's like made his jaw a little more pointy. Huh. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like he's adapted his style a little bit. Stuff, but for sure, his Night Nurse is always so beautiful. It's weird. David Marquez, man, he's just doing a great job in Defenders. He's killing it every issue.
Agree. I talked about Otto Schmidt doing, especially there was some team up issues in Green Arrow.
Yeah.
That he did that just looked super like vibrant, feels kind of light and fun, really energetic the way he does that. And then you have, I would put him and Giuseppe together, kind of feel like a similar style. And I've just really, really enjoyed those because they feel different than kind of like the house styles that you see a lot in kind of the big publishers.
Yeah.
But then Jorge Jimenez, doing Super Sons primarily is what I know him for.
Yeah.
Is he drawing any other stuff? He's done some other covers and stuff here and there.
He's just done
some
stuff.
That's primarily, I think that was a huge part of what got me excited for that book right off the bat. It felt like the right art direction for that story.
It was, to me, it felt like Humberto Ramos from Impulse and stuff like that from back in the day.
You totally see that. There is almost slightly exaggerated, almost cartoonish, but still within the realm of like, doesn't feel completely out there. Yeah,
I do. I agree. It's great. I loved how he made Batman's logo look in the book. I mean, I'm not a fan of that logo, but I like how it gave it. I mean, it felt like this is the first time I thought, oh, it's like the texture. I know it's like this shiny type of material. I don't know. It just had a good look to it. And so, anyways.
Right, and then last but certainly not least, Mitch Gerads. So, again, that Batman Swamp Thing issue, Batman 23 that we talked about earlier.
Brave in the Mold. The Brave in the Mold.
And Mr. Miracle, which, again, is only a few issues out, but, man, what an impact.
Yeah.
Especially that book. There are so many interesting things artistically that they're doing. So he's not just drawing the characters, but there's a lot of different things going on that are such cool choices.
Yeah. He's not a big superhero story artist. It's definitely a weird, smaller, like, can he do action things? I'm sure he could. I'm just trying to think he wouldn't fit I'd love to see a Superman, but I wouldn't see him doing Superman all the time,
I'd be curious
or Flash or things like that. He definitely has a place where he fits. Something a little more weird, or Batman, or I don't know. But surprise me, bro. Come at me. Show me what you got, Mitch Gerads. Show me all the things that you're able to jump on. But I love him, what he's doing.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I actually like watching. I've been looking at some of his process and what he's doing. Speaking of which, someone I just want to give a shout out to.
Okay.
Not because of anything particular other than how he behaves online, and he's taking the pulling the wool back a little bit on his process is Ethan Van Sciver.
Okay.
His stuff I like his stuff. He's a good comic book artist. He's self-taught. He didn't go to school or anything like that. But he just is like, hey, here's how I do it. Here's what I'm doing. And his stuff's good.
That's cool.
So he's been doing these videos on YouTube. It's been really cool to see his process. And anyways, shout outs to Ethan Van Sciver.
Nice.
You are a Let's Go honorable mention.
There we go.
There you go. All right. So are we voting? What do we,
We're voting, Gerads? Man. This is a tough category.
I'm gonna say Mitch Gerads, dude. It's just because of how awesome this Mr. Miracle book is looking. It just feels painful in the nuance he captures. Sitting on the couch, I'm going to go eat. Yeah, I feel like I'm actually watching a video of somebody's life at some points. And so he does a good job of creating a realness in, like, I feel like I can sit down on that couch next to Scott Free. That's how it feels to me. Like, combined with what TomKing is doing, I feel like I'm really in a world, and it feels like a show. It feels like a freaking HBO Showtime show that he's creating. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He builds it out really well. So
right on, man.
Yeah,
I'll go with that.
Well, there we go. Hey, all right. So let's move on to best cover artist. We have Francis Manapul.
So that was like interior artists, like
that was interiors primarily. And here's the thing: some of these guys do both. And so
correct.
So we got Francis Manapul. Everything that he's done is just amazing. We got Mike Allred again on Silver Surfer, Bug, and then a lot of the Batman 66 stuff that has come out. He's primarily done most covers.
Yeah.
We got Michaela Dawn, who did Destroyer covers. Her stuff's really freaking good. And then we got Nick Darrington, who's been doing Mr. Miracle as well as the Doom Patrol stuff. He's been doing interiors.
Yeah, interiors on Doom Patrol, which have been very good.
Really good. And so, man, this one's actually really hard, man.
It's a tough one for me.
Yeah, because the cover is like what gets you, but I want you to go first, and then I'm going to follow.
Well, here's what I'd say. Destroyer, every single one of those covers was really interesting to me. Like, every one of them just seemed different and kind of pulled me in. So that's a really strong contender for me. And then, on the other hand, Francis Manapul has just been probably one of my favorite artists for several years. Mm-hmm. And he's one of the few artists that when he does a cover, even if it's a book that I don't usually get, I'll pick it up for the most part. Yeah. So, those are my top two for sure.
Okay. I love
Mike Allred's done such
cool stuff. Mike Allred's just been doing. I mean, every one of his covers is great. I think they're art frame worthy. That Nick Darrington Doom Patrol cover for 8 with the cat. It's freaking what's his face?
That was a great one.
Like, it was. It just freaking popped, dude. It popped, and it makes me sad because I like the Doom Patrol comic. Again, it just kind of takes me back to, please come out. What's up with Lotion? What's up with everything? Like, it's a good comic, and it deserves to be. I mean, it takes time to make comics. I understand maybe it's Gerard Way. He's just too busy doing Rockstar stuff or whatever. But
yeah, potentially.
But it has to be consistent. And part of the Nick Darrington, you got to have your stuff out there more. Like what she's doing the covers for Mr. Miracle and stuff like that. So
it's true. He's actually doing the main covers.
Yeah, the main covers. The alternates are done by Mitch. So I'm going to say Francis Manapul.
Man, that just makes my heart so happy.
Does it?
That we both agree on that.
They're so good, man. This is the Teen Titans one you showed me today.
Yeah, we're looking at the one that came out today.
Dude.
The Teen Titans issue of the crossover Super Sons of Tomorrow Part 3 that might be one of my favorite covers from this cool whole year.
I'm looking forward to that Green Lantern one he's got coming out. Does that come out already?
I think he's done a few.
Oh, dude.
So I saw at least one of them.
Like every Green Lantern in the world ever on it. That was cool.
It was really cool.
But this Teen Titans one is freaking great, dude. So, yeah, good stuff, dude. So, congratulations, Francis Manapul. Come on the show. Talk to us. Make a cover of me and Matt. That'd be fun.
So, I think what we want to do next, so we have a couple more before we move on from the world of comic books. I think let's do best character next.
Best character.
I'll read through the list, and then we'll kind of weigh out like who are our top ones, right?
Yeah.
So we got Batman, of course, because Justin runs this show.
Has nothing to do with it.
Scott Free, a.k.a. Mr. Miracle. Superboy, Jonathan Kent.
Hey, how you doing?
Silver Surfer.
Yes.
And Spider-Man Miles Morales. There's some good contenders on here.
Good characters. Good stuff.
So I love the book, Mr. Miracle. I like what it's making me... Like, it's really making me feel for Scott as a character. I don't know if I would say he's the best character of the year.
Really?
For me.
Yeah, and that might change next year.
That's true.
Next year you might go, oh, okay.
I will say one of the top ones for me. I mean, I got to know Miles Morales better this year. So, I mean, that's definitely been really great. Superboy feels like a breath of fresh air in DC.
He seems like a kid.
And that's being said with really, really missing Connor Kent. Like, I want Connor Kent back, but I actually don't want to lose Jonathan because he's fantastic. And to see him interacting with Superman, the foil to Damian Wayne. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been so many elements where I'm like, he's such a good character.
I wish we can do best duo because they are a good duo.
They're a good duo.
They are. We could do best duo easily. Hey, best duo. What's next? Power Man, Iron Fist. They win. I agree with all of these, and I know it's going to be kind of like, of course you're going to say that.
Of course you're going to. I feel
like Batman in this year, the Batman character has done things he's never done.
That's true.
Like the whole proposal thing for the character and how it doesn't feel ham-fisted. It feels like a natural like progression in his story. Matt literally just whipped out a knife, so I don't know if he agrees with me or if he wants to kill me. So FYI,
it's like my
if you don't hear from me,
like my version of a fidget spinner. Sorry,
that's a knife. Hey guys, feeling angsty or antsy? Let's take this knife. He literally just pulled this knife out. So I'm like, do you disagree with me? I don't know how to feel, dude. All right, so I'm gonna say Batman. I like the direction of the character. He's not playing it safe. Like they're not playing it safe with this character.
No, it's good. It's good character development. You're seeing a softer side of him without like bringing down everything we know about him. Yeah. Like that's all still intact, you know.
And then even the other stuff that's not even connected, like Batman White Knight. That's freaking interesting take on him, you know.
It is, but I don't know if I like the character of Batman as much.
I don't know if I like him, but it's interesting.
It is very interesting.
I don't know if you're supposed to like him in that, but it's just kind of interesting stuff. And so,
isn't Batman the character?
Hi, I'm Batman.
Batman.
How do you fight? He's like, hey, I'm back, man. Back. How does Batman fight?
Whatever, dude.
One day he was bitten by a radioactive back. And now all he can do is walk backwards. I'm Batman. Or he returns.
I was just going to say, isn't it every year the Batman is like the character of the year? Like
not all the time, dude. I mean, I would say just like the year before Rebirth, like 2015.
Maybe not as great.
Nothing going on. Like, Commissioner Gordon has a robot bunny.
That's true.
Like, the robot bunny. There was nothing there. But this year, I think, is a kind of rebirth of Batman, like giving him this story that feels like, that's taking a different direction, and it's not.
It feels like forward momentum. It doesn't feel like he's the same person.
It feels like, oh wow, he's growing as a character. He's growing into a different role. He's still Batman. He still does those things, but like, he's gonna get married, or he's in this relationship, and it seems healthy, even though it's with freaking Catwoman. Anyways, I just like where the character's going. They're doing something different, but it's not alienating. Everyone seems to be embracing it and going, yeah, no, duh. Right? Like, make this happen. It happened in Earth 2, like, years ago.
Right.
Like, let's see where this goes. So,
all right.
So there you go. Batman, do you agree? All in favor?
All
opposed? Matt will stab you.
I'm gonna stay with Jonathan Kent on this one.
Over Batman? All right, dude.
He's my character of the year, dude.
All right.
Sometimes you want to just be against things. Sometimes I just want to be against things.
Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. All right, so we're going to move to best series. So we got a few. We got a few.
And some of these are overlaps, obviously, that we've talked about already.
I got Batman.
Batman's there. Power Man, Iron Fist.
Daredevil. Mr. Miracle.
And Killer Be Killed. So that's new to, like, we haven't talked about that one yet.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's not on cover art. It's just because those freaking covers are confusing as heck, dude. Because sometimes, like, did I buy this issue? They all look like the same issue, dude. Red background, freaking guy in a red mask and a shotgun. Like,
and who's the artist and writer team on that? Oh gosh,
a person.
Ed Brubaker.
That's right, and Sean Phillips. They're doing it.
There we go.
And I don't know if Sean Phillips is doing the covers, but yeah, dude, it's one of those comics that's really hard to read sometimes. Not because it's bad, it's just really honked up. It's such a really crazy concept, but I like it.
It's really a fascinating concept.
I love reading it, and sometimes the hokiness of the demon gets in there. I'm like, oh man, I wish the demon wasn't there, but it's making more sense as it goes on. And
that's good.
Yeah.
I haven't read since like issue 7 or 8.
Really? Oh, yeah. We're at 13 right now, or 14, and I'll get those to you. I like it. I really like where it's going. I hope it ends soon. Not because I just don't see it going on forever.
You just see the story like coming to an end.
Maybe it goes 50 issues or something like that. I don't know. So maybe it ends in a couple of years. I don't know. I just feel like this story has to have an end. It's like Walking Dead. There needs to be an end to that because it's like this consistent, Walking Dead can't be Garfield. It can't come out every week, it's got to end at some point. Like,
can't be Garfield.
The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead cannot be Garfield.
It's like Mondays suck for Rick. Rick's all Mondays suck. Give me a lasagna.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. So that's on there.
Yeah. So that is there.
Man. Best series.
Matt is yawning, dude.
I'm trying to keep up, everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So best series we got: Kill or Be Killed, Batman, obviously by Tom King, and his Merryman of Boy Wonder artist, Power Man, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Mr. Miracle.
We want to talk about Power Man, Iron Fist. I didn't even mention it earlier, but I think it's important.
Yeah.
David F. Walker, Sandra Green, the team on that, who's also going to be launching an Image title.
Oh, really?
Next year. It's like takes place in like 1920s Harlem and has to do with like magic and gangsters and different stuff, and I'm all for it.
Cool.
Gosh.
Hopefully that's on our best series next year.
Dude, I would love that.
So, who's drawn it? Sanford Green?
Sanford Green.
Oh,
yeah.
same.
No, it's the same team.
It's the same team? Oh, okay. Do it, dude.
I'm all for it.
I love that because they're like, fine, cancel our stuff, Marvel. I hope that
we'll go do stuff. Image is probably like waiting with open arms to be like, come on over, boys.
Come on over, guys. We're not going to cancel your book. So, all right. I think Daredevil's been good. It's been a consistent book. I jumped on at issue 17. I read everything on the back. Thanks, Marvel Unlimited. So it's a good book. Mr. Miracle. Oh man, Mr. Miracle is 5 issues in, so it hasn't completed its series. It's like I know, and it's a mini. I don't know if it goes. Is it best series? Is kind of unlimited series, limited series, whatever.
Yeah, it could be whatever.
And so, man, okay, if I had to buy one comic a month right now.
It was only one out of all these series that you could buy. It would totally be Batman.
Dude, but I'm actually wrestling with Batman or Mr. Miracle.
Oh, wow.
But I think it's going to be Batman. Yeah, it's just got to be Batman.
Yeah.
That series is so good.
It's been one of the most consistent series.
Yeah. That's hard, dude. Batman's like my guy, but I'm okay saying this book's been better.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just because it's your guy doesn't mean you have to say, yeah, that book's the best, because it could be terrible, Like if you're a fan of a sport and it's your team, like, dude, they're my team. They've been playing terrible this year. But I'm going to tell you, my guy, it's a good year for my team. Team Batman's been
it's been a good year for you guys.
So Team Batman.
Team Batman. Team Flash, not as much, but that's okay.
Hey, all right.
I think so, man. That's a lot of talking about actual comic books.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we do.
Do we want to go to best publisher right now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a quick one.
Yeah, let's do it.
DC, Marvel, Image, and
I put Vault,
which actually has some really cool stuff.
Yeah, a lot of sci-fi type of stuff.
They just started out.
Yeah.
It's a cool publisher. I think if we're just going based on all the stuff we've talked about and what we've really enjoyed this year and our top things, seems to fall, for the most part, pretty squarely in the DC corner of things.
Yeah, I think DC did something. I think what DC did with Rebirth, and they've really been killing it, even on the non-Rebirth things, like Mr. Miracles and the stuff with Young Animal. Overall, everything they've been putting out and publishing.
Batman White Knight. They've
had great creators. They've got great stories being told. I think it's the exact opposite of what Marvel. Here's the thing: Marvel kills it all the time. But I think Marvel just does too much, like X-Men. I mean, I guess it's saying the same thing because Batman. It's always Batman. I think they do too much. Like, man, how many Deadpool books do you need? How many of everything do you need? And I feel like they're just really alienating their fan base. They're all over the place, man. Like, it's
which is really interesting because you look at the movie side of things and they're just destroying things. Like, in the best way.
Yeah, in the best way.
And what's really interesting for me too, whenever I talk about DC or Marvel, people ask me like what my preference is. I was like, well, here's the thing. I think DC has better, more iconic characters to work with. I guess I like their characters themselves more. Mm-hmm. But Marvel seems to know, for the most part, what to do with their characters better than DC.
In films?
I would say even before this last year in comic books too.
Okay.
DC has these like super iconic things, and then they're like, I'm not sure what to do with it. But then that seemed to not have been the case this year. It seems like DC's figured something out.
Well, it seems like Marvel was taking risks, and some of the stuff they did has been pretty, like Miles Morales is hit. You know, he's there.
Yeah.
Like then you got the Miss Marvel. She's kind of hit. And then you got really some other different things, like you have the America Chavez, which some people seem to like a lot and are connecting to. And it's like an interesting concept. And you got Captain Marvel, and then you got like Amadeus Cho Hulk. So you have some really interesting like takes. But like publicly, they just don't know how to communicate when things, not that they're not working, but like, oh, maybe it's not selling well. And so how do you do it? Do you fold them into a team book? Like, you got to keep these different like iterations going somehow, because you can't forget about them. I hate when a character like he comes out and you're like, oh man, they're cool, but maybe they're not solo book cool yet. Right? Maybe they need to be, put on a team, or maybe it's a mini series or something. Because I think what you do is you end up disappointing your fan base. You go,
or guest on someone else's book. I mean, there's lots of options to get characters in there to change things up.
Marvel has done a good job, but at the same time, they've done a bad job. Like, oh man, you guys did a good job creating. Did a bad job following up or keeping it consistent or making it so that it can be successful. Yeah. Because I don't think out the gate you can just, not everything's going to hit like Miles Morales. But you have to think Miles Morales had a freaking all-star writer on him.
It's very true.
And had a great artist, and the story was compelling. You're like, how do you not like this character?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, he was just compelling, but they're missing it. So I think the lesson learned, like DC Rebirth kind of said, okay, we're going to do fresh stuff. We're going to do it, with our classic stuff, but they're going to slowly start putting other elements into it. Where New 52 failed, they learned, and now they're pulling themselves up and like, let's just get creative. Let's tell great stories. And they got great creators on there. And so it's kind of flipping. So I just think I love what DC's doing. With Image, I haven't read a lot of Image books, this year. Like Kill or Be Killed. And there's some other stuff coming out. Like, I really want to read... Oh, gosh.
Well, Green Valley was Image.
Green Valley was Image. There's something that came out in...
there's a few others.
Yeah. I can't think of the name. And I just can't read everything. And I want to get... Like, actually, I'm reading Invincible, which is Image by proxy of Skybound. I'm in like early years of Image. I'm in Invincible. I'm in like issue 56 because I'm reading the things from Delon. So I'm getting there. So I'm definitely not reading the most current stuff. I dipped in and out of Walking Dead, and just because I do like it, but I'm like, I'm so behind. I'm just not consistent on it.
Yeah.
So I think Image is just, I think they're consistent. Like they're not doing anything amazing. Like, oh my gosh, like great job, Image. But they're doing something. They're just plugging along, doing good stuff, bringing creators on, creator owned. And then there's Vault, which I liked Vault because it took kind of like, hey, we're gonna do sci-fi comics, really weird and really cool. And like in this year, people are known. Like they already have deals with people like Marky Mark. Okay, not Mark Wahlberg. Sorry, not Marky Mark. I just can't help it. He's taken the Alien Bounty Hunter property and like we're going to develop that. But they had some cool stuff with like I liked Colossi. I thought that was a cool idea. I don't see their trades like that stuff as prominent. So I'd like to see them year two, like what happens with them. But I'm going to say it's just DC. They did a great job. Bouncing back from New 52's mistakes, DC did a good job. And their second year of Rebirth. And it's still going strong. I'm like, man.
Yeah, not showing signs of...
Yeah, Doomsday Clock, loving it. Like Metal. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But not everything's amazing, but man, they're doing some cool stuff. So,
Agreed.
So, sorry, that's kind of long winded, but I just had a lot of thoughts. So there you go, man. All right. So we're gonna get out of the printed page. We're gonna go into some screen outside time. Some screen time.
I think maybe we'll go small screen and then larger screen.
There you go. Let's get bigger. So let's start with best animated.
Oh yes.
We'll go best animated show. So right now we have the new Spider-Man show.
And that's just the Spider-Man.
I forget the name of it.
Dude, I miss Spectacular Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man. Were so good.
I'm about to talk about that right now. Okay,
sorry.
This new Spider-Man show sucks.
Oh, sad.
My kids don't like it at all, and it's for my kids. They just don't like it. No, they like Ultimate Spider-Man. That was by far their favorite.
Okay.
I didn't see a lot of Spectacular Spider-Man, but I love...
Oh, dude, it was really good.
Ultimate Spider-Man was good. The fourth wall break-in, the characters. It was kind of fun seeing him be on S.H.I.E.L.D. and hanging out with Iron Fist and Nova and those characters.
The characterization of Nova and Iron Fist especially were both really good, too.
Good show, man. I thought that was a good show. But, yeah,
and Spider-Man. To the Spider-Verse and, like, his team and stuff like gosh, so many cool things they were able to do with that. That was like the Batman, the Brave, and the Bold of Spider-Man cartoons.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was a good way to bring other characters in. Justice League Action. It's been fun. My kids actually really like it. They look forward to it. They bought it legally. I tell you that, like Oliver, my 5-year-old, ended up buying the season subscription. So season pass. Well, hey, I get notifications every Saturday night. Justice League Action is available in your library. I'm like,
that's fun.
How many more of these are coming? So it's been a pretty fun show. Like, I haven't watched all of them, but I've watched most of them, and they like it, and that's all that matters. They're like little 11-minute nuggets of Justice League Action.
Okay,
so there you go. Following the Teen Titans model, and so which takes us to Teen Titans Go. Man, that's a split audience right there. Some people hate that show.
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely chosen a direction and put everything in that direction.
I love that show, man. I love that show. I've seen every episode.
Yeah, I don't love it.
It makes me laugh, dude.
But I'm not against it. Maybe I'm one of the few people that's kind of in the middle.
I love it because I love that
depends on the episode, honestly.
I love that my kids love it. It makes me laugh that my kids mimic a lot of it. And so I get a joy from them, like, copying it, and then I'll ask them, hey, what's that from? They're like, Beast Boy. Like, my kid loves Beast Boy. That's
so fun.
Yeah, dude. Their favorite characters, Beast Boy and Cyborg. They love them on the show. So my 5-year-old, all he wanted for Christmas was Cyborg action figures. He said he wanted Cyborg from Justice League. He wanted Cyborg from Teen Titans Go. He loves Cyborg.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, and so we got him. We got him the Justice League version, and we got him. I'm like, you already have a Cyborg figure. He's like, but I want the Teen Titans Go one, and I want the Justice League one. I'm like, all right. So, Saint Nick made that happen. So nice. he loves Beast Boy, and he loves Cyborg, and then I love it. I just love the in-jokes, dude. So I think I'm leaning more towards best animated. Teen Titans Go. I love it.
Dude, this
not
is
popular.
You are the sole voter on this one because I haven't really watched any of these. I've seen a few episodes of Teen Titans Go, but that's it.
It's so good, dude.
I trust you, man. You're representing us.
Well, I like it. It's a great show, and I was going to say Batman Brave and the Bold is good, but that's been off the air. But we just watched it a lot. We watch Batman Brave and the Bold all the time, dude.
All right,
my house is all about it. Okay, best TV show. We have it broken up into 2 categories. We have streaming and network.
Which one do you want to do first?
Streaming / cable, actually. Sorry, not stream. Network / cable.
Yes.
So let's go network. We got Walking Dead. We got The Gifted. We got The Flash, Arrow, and Legion. Matt Ritchie, what are your sexy thoughts?
Ooh, sexy thoughts.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm you down because you have a knife.
Yeah.
I feel if I
calm me down, man. I haven't seen The Gifted. Heard really good things.
Okay.
Look, I enjoy The Flash and Arrow.
You're a Flash appreciator.
I'm under no pretenses that they're great TV shows, guys. Like, I get it. They are what they are. I enjoy them, but that doesn't mean they're really great TV shows. Now,
hey man, how come Gotham's not on this list?
Legion, on the other hand, one of my favorite things this year.
Okay,
on TV, so good. I loved it. That'd be my vote.
All right. Out of all of these, I've seen a few Legions. I've seen a few. The Flash this year.
Legion?
No, I have not. Gifted, I have not seen. I've heard good things though. Walking Dead, I have not. This is the first season of Walking Dead I have not watched.
Yeah, I haven't watched the last,
I don't know what happened where I'm like, I don't care.
It feels like all the same to me at this point, man.
And I want to watch it. Maybe I'm waiting for Netflix. Maybe I have to Netflix and chill on this one.
Fair enough.
So it sounds like decision has made for us. I know that might be. I hope that's not frustrating to you people listening. That like, oh great, why even put it out there? But if you disagree, hit us up and let us know. What were your thoughts? Email letsgocomicshow@gmail.com. Let us know. Hey man, I really liked The Gifted. It was a good show. Or maybe you should check it out. And I'm down. I
need to make my way to it. I really want to watch it.
Yeah. But it's been hard because I feel like streaming is kind of owning everything right now. Especially Marvel. Marvel they own streaming right now. They're doing such a good job. I'm hoping that the Titans show next year comes out and is amazing. Yeah. By the way, did you see hashtag
pictures we've been seeing
Robin picture? Great. Hawk and Dove?
They both look great.
So good.
I was like,
Minka Kelly, hello girl. Remember 500 Days of Summer? She's at the end. I was like, I think you're my girlfriend. Then she was on Parenthood. I was like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
Nice.
Anyways, sorry. I'm just saying.
That was kind of, we just had a moment there with Justin.
Confessions with Justin. Yay. So streaming.
Let's talk about streaming.
Yeah. And so again, this is not the worst. This is the best. And I've watched all of it now. The Punisher. Oh man. Defenders. Runaways. Have you watched any Runaways
I've
yet?
not watched any Runaways yet. I haven't gotten to it yet, man.
I really like it. So I'll say this. Defenders was good, but it wasn't great. But maybe it just...
Defenders was just, let's be honest, dude. That was like cleanup crew.
Yeah.
After a certain other show.
After
they just had to try to get things to a neutral level.
Yeah. Fair enough, dude. That's a fair statement. All right. Runaways is good. It's fun. Some of it's... I feel like as I've watched it, it's become a little like... The dialogue's been a little like cornball.
Okay.
Some of the producers is the dude from the OC and someone else, and it feels very much like that. I'm kind of sick of the commercials. It's like brought to you by Los Angeles, like the city of Los Angeles.
Really?
It's like
and the actual city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, and it's got them going. Los Angeles is a great city. Blah blah blah. This commercial keeps coming on. It's kind of annoying, but I think it's a good show. And part of me is like, man, this exists in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The same universe as The Punisher.
That's pretty crazy.
Same universe as Inhumans. Same universe as Captain America, The Winter Soldier. I'm just going there. That's my favorite MCU film. But it exists in these worlds, and it hasn't really referenced much yet. I haven't seen it. I'm only at episode 6, and currently they just release new ones on Tuesday nights, I believe. And so it's pretty good. I've been watching it, though. I like it. It's really interesting. The comic was really good. I read the first 8 from the I think it was the Brian K. Vaughan run. So good stuff. Anyways, good book, good show. But man,
The Punisher.
The Punisher, dude.
I'm glad you finally finished it and we can talk about it now, Justin, because that is...
Is that why you have a knife now?
That is the best. That's the best. I'm just going to say it. That's the best Netflix show that Marvel has done.
Yep. No. Still, Daredevil season 1's still better.
It barely ekes it out for me.
Man, I still think Daredevil season 1's the best.
And here's maybe part of it is... This will be a little bit of a tangent just because we haven't had a chance to talk about this on the show yet. I voiced concerns going into Punisher, right? That it was just going to be like this gore fest. Like we're just going to just go in and just start killing people for no reason and kind of glorify it the whole time. But it wasn't that at all.
Yeah.
And it actually was way more nuanced than I thought it was going to. Like very emotionally driven. I feel like, gosh, the characters all felt really complex and like real people, and you could understand like their motivations and stuff. Even with Billy Russo, do you know what I mean? Like there were moments you felt for each person, and there were moments where you kind of thought the good guys were despicable. Like it kind of balanced all those out, and it was consistently good. And man, by the time it got to all the crazy, most like graphic stuff, those last few episodes, it felt like emotionally earned at that point.
That's true.
If they would have started off with dragging a guy's face across a broken mirror in the first couple of issues, it would have been like, well, come on, guys, let's dumb. Like, why are you going straight to that?
Yeah.
But by the time you get to that and all of the stuff that's happened with their characters, you're like, no, I get this moment. Like, there's something behind that that's not just this celebration of just this graphic violence.
Yeah.
And I think that it really was dealing a lot with... It was this really interesting dynamic of... It didn't quite celebrate violence, but it didn't quite... I don't know. It wanted to explore like the effects of it, I thought, but it still had to have really cool, violent moments.
Yeah, I mean, it's
too.
the Punisher.
You know what I mean? Because it's the Punisher.
It would be a disservice to the character if it was like,
you don't want to go in there and tickle people.
Like he needed to, but he also saw the results of people like, oh god, what was the kid's name?
Trauma of the other kids.
Yeah.
Like Lewis, was that the kid?
Yeah, trying to emulate him.
Because even for him, like that character growth, usually you think character growth are like, oh man, I like you so much more than I did before. I'm like, it was the opposite for Lewis, where I was like, oh man, I really feel for him, that poor guy.
Yeah.
And by the end, when he's got that bomb and stuff, I'm like, freaking take him out, dude.
Yeah.
Kill him.
He's
like,
he's a jack.
But that was fantastic. He was like a minor villain, like that you didn't even expect to be a villain necessarily.
Well, you knew something was up with him, like.
Well, yeah, I mean, right from the get, like you knew there was something. Was
I thought he was going to end up being like a copycat, which he kind of did, but like with a whole different like perspective of like instead of targeting bad guys, I'm going to target people I disagree with, you know. So I felt like he was this weird like Trump supporter, like that's kind of what I saw him as. Yeah. I really like Punisher. A few things. The only thing I was like, oh gosh, are you going to keep teasing us with like, is Frank going to hook up with Micro's wife? You know, there's always this tension.
Dude.
Like, I'm like, what are you going to do, girl? What are you going to do? And then,
how awesome was Micro, though?
Loved him.
So great,
dude.
Man.
I loved Micro. At first, I thought I was going to not like him, you know? But then I ended up really liking his character and the relationship him in. You needed his comic relief, but you also needed his, like, you just needed that human side to balance out the coldness of Frank and, Frank, I mean, he was not Frank Miller. Frank Castle wasn't that cold, you know. I mean, he was when he get into his zone. You're like, oh, it's like that flip switch. Yeah, like his grunts. I almost forgot like the opening stuff where he's just kind of he's ignoring everybody as a construction site. You know, he's just hammering away. And that one guy, like he rescued, you know, gave him all that money, took off. And you almost forget about, I know we're going on a long time for Punisher, but we haven't talked about it. It's just, it was such a well done series. You know, it did go all over the place. And then the thing though that bugged me, Karen Page.
Yeah.
And that's all. I didn't like that. Oh, is she going to get romantic with Frank Castle now? Dang, don't turn her into... I half expected Claire to show up and hook up with Frank as well. You know, like, that's just what she does.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Luke Cage, you know. I'm kind of glad she didn't show up, even though I love Rosario. But it's like, don't make Karen Page that character either. Like, it was cool that she was like... I would have rather she been sisterly than almost romantically. Because at the end, there was almost that...
You almost had that.
Yeah, like, oh, no, I don't want a Frank Castle, Karen Page relationship. That doesn't need to happen.
Right.
Not necessary. And even though I was almost rooting for Micro's wife and him, but it was like, oh, man, like, you're going there hard.
Dude, how great is it? It's like, when he, like, went after his kid.
Yeah.
He's like, feel like a tough guy now. I just wanted to... I'm like, oh, whoa, dude, you freaking jerk.
Yeah, dude, that's... And the next thing, they're playing football. He's all, my man. I was laughing because he said, my man.
Oh, right, Aquaman. Yeah, dude, I think that's streaming wise, that's been the best one for
sure. Punisher is hands down the best of 2017 for superhero streaming television. So yeah, check out the Punisher if you haven't. So, and it almost did what we said. It almost got released on Thanksgiving for Franksgiving. So there you go.
Oh, Franksgiving.
Okay, finally, let's get to movies, and then there's a lot of movies this year, and
so we can't like go into super.
No, we can't. We've already kind of done that through the episodes.
That's true. So just to kind of review over the year.
This is a long list too.
It is. Think about what kind of a year we've had. All you people that want to complain about everything.
Yep.
And pick it apart.
We had Logan. final Hugh Jackman Wolverine movie. Lego Batman. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Spider-Man Homecoming. Wonder Woman. Thor Ragnarok. Justice League. And Star Wars The Last Jedi. That's a lot of freaking nerdiness, dude. That's a good year. Like, just in general, like, that's good stuff. Like, just that it was put out. You know, like, and probably there's some other stuff in there. Like, some people would probably say John Wick 2 and other things, but overall.
Oh, no, I have plenty of other just, like, normal movies that I really
Baby Driver,
loved.
I'm like, oh, man, that's a good movie.
Dude, yeah.
Not Dunkirk. So, yeah. Don't get Dunkirked. Okay, best of all of those. This is
That's
a hard
tough,
one.
Man.
It is tough, but I'm thinking.
So I can
lightning round.
I was gonna say I can like narrow it down at least.
Okay, narrow it down. We'll take
my top 3.
Just your top 3, dude.
Oof. Okay, so my top 3 of that list. Gosh, probably Logan, Wonder Woman, Lego Batman.
Okay, so you're Logan and Wonder Woman. You would like Wonder Woman and all the outfits that she had. Tell me about more of her outfits.
Shut it, dude.
Wait, what was it? Logan, Wonder Woman, and Lego Batman.
Yeah.
All right. Man, mine for the year. Oh, gosh, dude. It's Thor Ragnarok, dude. I really like Thor Ragnarok. In a sense of...
What?
Hold on. Let me
I feel
make...
like we've thought about this.
I know.
Before.
Let me make my case. I enjoyed... After, like, hitting the end of the year, once I hit Ragnarok and Justice League and Star Wars, the one I was going to watch Thor Ragnarok regardless. And I didn't like the buffoonery of Thor, like how they did that. In the end, I was like, man, that movie was the one that I enjoyed more than all of those 3, though. That being said, Wonder Woman was nails. I know it sounds like I'm going back on my word on, like, what I said about Thor. I think I still enjoyed Thor. I didn't like what they did with his character, but there's things. The good outweighed the bad. And again, going into the end. Now that I've seen all the movies I wanted to see, I'm like, man, Star Wars, whatever. Justice League missed the boat. You know, I enjoyed it, but missed the boat. Thor was consistently fun. So I'm gonna say Thor, Lego Batman, and Wonder Woman are my tops.
All right.
But if I had to pick the best, I watch Lego Batman like once a week with my kids, dude, and it's so fun. Is it better than Wonder Woman?
It's just so different.
It's just so different.
That's the hard thing because even Logan, super different.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet, but I apparently liked Star Wars: The Last Jedi way more than you did.
Yeah, you did.
But But even that is in a different way.
Yeah.
That's in like a more like deeper, like meaningful way. Not like, oh man, I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah. Man, this is hard. I'm going to say Lego Batman was my favorite of the year. Dude, I'm not lying, dude. I love that movie. We watch it all the time. My kids just watched it again on Christmas driving out. Like all over the place.
No, it's a regular... It's regular at our place too.
Wonder Woman is
great. The way it understands the characters, but still has fun, and the story is still really heartfelt.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's great. I'm trying to think. Like, what have I watched more? I watched Lego Batman so many times.
But it doesn't mean that's the best. Though.
In my heart, dude.
In
my heart.
It's in your heart.
Like, what do I want to put on? Oh man, Wonder Woman is really good though. And Gal Gadot is like a great Wonder Woman. Like,
it's very true.
Man, this is a hard one. It's almost like a tie, dude. It's almost a tie. Logan's off the list for me because I hated the villain. I hated like...
That's so funny. Yeah, that didn't bother me.
Doppelganger funny, twice. Like, oh, you can fight him again? But Wonder Woman and Lego Batman is tied, man. I think it's tied for me. I can't pick a favorite.
All right.
So, what do you think? Where are you at? You the same?
Yeah, I mean...
You can break this tie. You can break the tie.
How can I break the tie? There's 2 of us.
Did you pick the same as me? Do you feel strongly?
We both picked Wonder Woman Lego Batman.
As number 1. There was no tiebreaker.
Should we just flip a coin?
can't flip a coin for this. You need a tiebreaker. You need to phone a friend.
I'll go Lego Batman.
All right. Lego Batman is the number one movie of the year. 2017, Lego Batman.
Comic book movie.
Comic book movie. There you go. What if we just say live action? Then it's if it's live action, it's Wonder Woman. But overall, it's Lego Batman. There you go.
There you go.
Boom. Qualify.
That's how you get qualifiers in there.
All right. So now that we got all the good out of the way, we only have 2 categories left, Matt.
All right, dude. Let's do this.
Let's do this. The biggest disappointment of the year. We have, drumroll, I have the Trinity book, Doom Patrol, Power Man Iron Fist being canceled, and the Justice League movie. Matt Ritchie, what hurts the heart the most?
Oh, the Power Man Iron Fist cancellation.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your number one heartbreak?
Yeah, I wasn't heartbroken about Justice League like you were. So.
I was. Dude, Justice League killed my heart because it's like I knew, like, dude, she's going to break up with you, dude. Why are you dating her? She might, but she might. She might be the one. No, she's not the one. But girl, look at her. No, dude, she's not the one. And then all of a sudden, guess what happens? Everyone's like, I told you. Never trust a big butt and a smile. That's what Belle Biv DeVoe said, dude. She's poison. She's not good for you. But you keep thinking, you keep thinking, she's going to be good. And then you knew in the back of your head,
poison.
you knew in the back of your head, that's not a good idea. And Justice League hurt me. It wasn't epic. It wasn't grandiose. It was a freaking CGI'd mustache and a terrible villain and some of my favorite characters not done justice. It was the Injustice League. This is all plan of Lex Luthor to just tear down the idea of what the Justice League is in the public consciousness, and it just did not work for me. And so it is my number one disappointment of the year, and I'm sad.
I'm sorry you're so sad.
So there you go.
You know what can lift your spirits?
What?
A year's worth of trash juice.
A year's worth of trash juice. All right, get ready for trash juice of the year. All right, Matt, take it away. This is yours. This is you, dude.
Right, here we have. So this is mostly pulling from trash juice segments we've actually done.
Yeah.
But then one extra one thrown in there.
Yeah, go for it.
CBR, Comic Book Resources, as a website.
Trash juice.
Trash juice.
Tied with Batman news, actually.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Nerd fandom. I was going to limit it to comic books, but people are just getting really
done Star Wars is
Star Wars, so I'm just going to lump everybody in there because
go for it.
People are being stupid. Secret Empire's ending.
It was terrible.
Yeah, not good. And then Netflix's Iron Fist. What wins out as the juiciest trash juice of the year?
I'm going to say fandom.
The trash juiciest.
I think fandom in general. It's more toxic than
100%. Like that's what is making up the trash juice right now, guys.
Yeah.
You have like go back the last how long have we been talking? The last hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
Of us talking about all of the best things about the year.
Yeah.
And we're finding ways to ask for movies to be taken out of canon, to have a Zack Snyder cut of a movie. Like, guys.
Yeah. It's fandom sucks, dude. What was our episode where we kind of talked about it? Where the toxicity of fandom,
it's just
not
terrible,
good, man. Fans.
And here I thought it was going to get better with Star Wars, and it got worse.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what? Here's the thing. Let me go back. We haven't talked about Star Wars.
It's okay to have an opinion. That's the thing.
I didn't hate Star Wars, but when I left it, I enjoyed Force Awakens and Rogue One way more than The Last Jedi. There were things in The Last Jedi I was like, man, just didn't like that. Do I hate it?
That's called opinion, and everyone can have it.
No, you have to be hot or cold.
No.
You have to hate everything.
There's opinions that can happen and can coexist with each other. Yeah. It doesn't mean that everything sucks or that something's horrible or should be like wiped from the face of the planet. Because
once people got a voice, things started to suck.
Because of the art they make. Like, it's just ridiculous to me.
We just need to take away people's voice. Take away your voice. I feel like everyone who has a Twitter account needs to be like verified. Like, okay, are you a complete like asshat? Like, should we just completely like take away your rights? Like, Like, what do a majority of your posts say? Like, do you post every day about, Zack Snyder or Star Wars or Rian Johnson? You're going to get rid of your account. Like, what are you saying? Yeah, here's the thing. If you've ever started a petition in your life, you don't get a Twitter account.
Did you start a petition about a movie?
Did you? Oh, yeah, okay. We're going to have to cancel that account. Why? Well, because
cherry pick quotes from Mark Hamill's interview.
People who start petitions just aren't like healthy. You're not a healthy person. Zack Snyder doesn't like you.
That's saying everybody have the same opinion as me. See?
Zack Snyder doesn't like you. Rian Johnson doesn't care about what you said.
Yeah.
And also shower. Just shower. Trolls. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't even know if we even touched upon the other stuff. It's just obvious. Trash juice of the year is fandom.
Let's be better next year, guys. Let's make it a better 2018.
I hope that the best thing of the year next year is fandom. Like, man, fandom was great. The fandom created jetpacks. Like let's have a great takeaway of 2018 of what fandom is. I really hope that fandom can maybe Black Panther will unite the world. I don't know. Maybe everyone will be excited.
Can hope, man.
Infinity War, hopefully.
Maybe Aquaman will.
Maybe Aquaman at the end of 2018. We're like, let's go to the depths. Let's see the lowest of the low of the ocean and
let's
soar.
Just go there, and then we all like look deep into each other's eyes and say, "My man,
my man," and then say,
"How we end 2018?
Outrageous!" I hope that he gives us an outrageous. I hope that's like one of the best parts of 2018.
Yeah, and just as an old person, guys, like this is just like something I just want to throw out there. Mm-hmm. Let's not personify and vilify 2017. Right. 2017 was a year full of a lot of good things and a lot of bad things.
Yeah. Mostly good, man.
Let's be honest about these things and talk about both of those, but don't
go back in time and say, man, remember when we didn't have a Thor movie and a Wonder Woman movie and a Lego Batman movie and a freaking Wolverine as Logan movie and Star Wars is coming out? Like, think about all the stuff that you guys have.
Yeah, we listed
all the nice things.
Comic book movies.
Yeah.
Remember when there was one comic book movie every 3 or 4 years?
And it sucked, and it was probably Blank Man. Okay? Like, stop pooping on your couch, comics fans. That's what you guys are doing. You have a really nice couch, and you're pooping all over it because it may not be
exactly precisely what you want.
But someone gave it to you.
Just check your expectations going into 2018, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. All right, man. Matt, good list?
I feel like this is fun, man. I actually
we're
really
gonna wake up tomorrow and go, we forgot to talk about this.
We just watched Home Alone with my kids for the first time yesterday.
For the first time?
I feel like I'll just wake up tomorrow and just be like, go to bed. Like I remembered.
We watched it over and over. We oh man. Side note, we rented it, and then then they wanted to watch the second one. Let's just freaking buy both of them for $14. So we just bought them on iTunes.
Nice.
So everything was on sale. That was a Christmas movie.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Matt?
Yeah.
I hope that you had a great 2017.
I did have a great 2017.
Yes.
It wasn't all easy.
It wasn't all easy.
We've made it. And I actually really like the week between Christmas and New Year's, just reflecting and stuff. Like, I always try to think back on, what movies and music and experiences and different stuff that, I really enjoyed this year. Mm-hmm. And I think that just helps me to be like, man, I'm really hopeful going into a new year.
So let's make some resolutions.
Oh, resolutions.
Let's try to go a little bit outside of the big two this year.
Oh,
let's do a little bit of.
I'm already doing that.
Yeah, you're already doing that, but let's do better. Let's let's check out a dark horse.
You should do better.
Let's check out a Boom. Let's check out at least, I'd say, try 3 books outside.
Let's do it.
The DC Marvel universe, and then be better. I would love for next year's character to be someone we don't even know about.
I would love that.
So there we go. All right. So we're going to make some resolutions. Maybe we'll actually have them on January 1st. The next episode, we'll have our resolution episode. And we'll talk about some commitments we're going to make to you, the Let's Go Comic Book Show listener.
Let's do awesome stuff in 2018.
So I have resolutions for our listeners, Matt.
Yeah?
They need to think about, process them. Think about, these are the things that I'm going to commit to. It's being a Let's Go Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/letsgocast, you can be a patron of our show. Be someone who, hey, you know what? I'm going to drop, $1 or $5 or $10 or whatever it is you can afford because you like listening to the show. We want to be funded by you because we want to make the show better. And we can't make the show better by ourselves. We are one together. We are Groot. So do that. Be a part of that with us. But if you're like, man, I really wish I could. I just can't because I have to buy Starbucks. And I get that, man. Everyone needs coffee. So while you're waiting in line, listening to our podcast in the Starbucks line, go to iTunes.com. Go to the iTunes store. Look up our show and give us 5 stars. And then write us a nice little, maybe a poem, a sonnet, a dirty limerick and a corn dog, right? And give us some ratings. That'd be great. Give us something nice because that helps out. And we really would appreciate it. We want to get, our show up higher in the rankings on iTunes because that's what matters. And then also follow us on social media. It's Let's Go Comic Show everywhere, whether you're on Instagram, Twitter. You can see us on Facebook at facebook.com/letsgocast and visit our website at letsgocast.com. You can follow me on Instagram at jrocka and my Twitter is j_rocka. Matt, what about you?
At Matt Ritchie, MatTrichey.
Oh, yeah. So that's it, man. Our show is over. My name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.